Welcome to FR Racing's Garage Talk Weekend Recap. I'm DJ Flook.
I'm Eric Richardson.
And we had two groups of races on the schedule this weekend. First, we'll talk F1 real quick. Kind of boring.
Yeah, pretty
Singapore.
much. I
Uh,
pretty much slept through it again.
I didn't bother to wake up. I just watched it after the fact. And I'm glad I didn't wake up at 5 a.m. to watch that.
Yeah, a little different for you. It was 8 o'clock, and so not as bad for me.
But Lando pretty much ran away with it.
Yeah,
Um,
too. McLaren still had their now illegal wing
yeah,
that they
yeah.
could use, even though it was illegal.
So they will be having to change that here soon. What was it? By Las Vegas is what you said?
Yeah, it's what next race. They
No,
got
they got Austin's next. You got to go Austin, Mexico, Brazil, and then to Las Vegas. But it's like almost a month until Austin.
yeah, they get a little bit of a break right here.
That'll be weird. I'll focus on NASCAR for the next month.
Yeah,
Uh,
F1 doesn't get enough breaks as it is.
yeah, month off in the summer.
Season
I,
is so drawn out.
it really is. It's long and it's drawn out. And I get it. Like global logistics is difficult, but the way they schedule it is really weird too, where it's like, we're gonna go here in Miami. Now we're gonna head back across the pond and go to
Yeah.
Monaco. And it's like,
Well, Formula One never ceases to end. And Daniel
literally.
Ricciardo may not be back in the car when they
That's
come back.
probably been the biggest story of the weekend is that reportedly Liam Lawson has a deal with Red Bull where he has to run like 5 races this year. And Ricardo sounds like he's going to get the short end, and he claims he doesn't know anything, but kind of on his reaction today post race, he kind of, I'd say, unofficially acknowledged that he might be done.
And I was reading that 1 point he got for fastest lap ensures that Max can finish second to Lando, with Lando taking max points in every race and still win the championship.
Yikes.
So that 1 point actually proved fairly critical,
And there was some
potentially.
controversy on that reportedly Red Bull said, "Go get that fastest lap for us, please." Which, there's been a lot of debate over the years about Red Bull's independent teams and how independent are they really.
Yeah, and on TV, they were saying, "Oh, don't go out like this. Don't do a three stop when everybody else is doing a one stop. Oh, they may be setting him up for fastest lap for a fun way to go out."
And that's exactly what they did. So uh, NASCAR went to Bristol, went with the same tire as the spring race, and okay, stop. I thought
Special
you were
guest
banned from the
appearance.
show. So NASCAR went to Bristol with the same tire night race, and Kyle Larson led like what 464 out of the 500 laps.
462, and between him and Bowman, what was it? They led 496
Yeah, so
of 500.
Hendrick dominance, kind of a boring race. I mean, the biggest storyline was watching, at the end was like, see, can Ty Gibbs make up enough spots to get himself into the top 12? And then he started drifting backwards and he didn't. So Daniel Suarez, who is in,
I think you got muted there.
I did get muted. So Daniel Suarez, who was like in 31st, 3 laps down, got stuck and managed to hang on and stay inside that top 12.
Yeah, for a Bristol night race, I thought it was actually pretty boring.
It was. It was.
Expected a little bit more, even though they had the same tires. Apparently, they figured out a new setup, and being at night versus the day made a difference.
Yeah. And they also put that epoxy stuff or whatever down. They clean the upper line and stop, please. Yeah, led to kind of a boring race. So
Yeah, there were not very many incidents at all.
so
And
Formula
usually you
One,
expect some bumping and banging there.
yeah, just there was a few moments. Logano had a mildly hard hit. I mean, I think the Xfinity race had more moments where like Justin Allgaier driving away with his reciprocating saw under the front of his car.
Plenty of drama, but
and
yeah,
and
Xfinity
the
race
saw
was pretty
still
solid.
worked after being
Yes.
dragged around the track, which is
So
even
if
crazier.
you want a tool brand that you can drag under a car and potentially still work afterwards, get DeWalt.
DeWalt, yeah, cracked the plastic, but it still works. So that's
That's what counts.
yeah, he had some interesting moments. Dale Jr. had to change his helmet mid race, and then during another pit stop, he had to stop for his glasses. It's kind of make it. They're giving him a hard time about that. It's like, oh, he can't see anymore. Old man needs his glasses.
That's great. And he was out there running top 10 with all that. So that was awesome.
Yeah, him and Ryan Truex had a bit of a battle going late, but he just couldn't pass. Like a lot of the drivers couldn't pass. And Sheldon Creed finishes second again.
Yeah. Yeah, and back on the
Wow.
next ones or Gen 7s, whatever you want to call them at this point, it's just so hard for those cars to pass, especially on the short tracks.
Yep. So coming up, we've got the next round, which is what Kansas, Talladega, and Roval, I believe is the next three races.
Yeah, sounds right. I gotta
And
look.
yep, so that'll be fun.
Then be sure to check in Tuesday night, Wednesday night. We have a doubleheader at Nashville.
Yes, and I'll be in the booth Tuesday night, and then I'll be back in the car Wednesday night, and should be some good racing at Nashville this week. So tune in for that and check us out at FR Racing Online, frracingonline.com, and we'll see you end of the week for the full show.
Be sure to give us a follow on Spotify. Take care.